I've been contemplating picking up a new journal or composition pad from the store recently, and I was even looking at some on Amazon, but I could just never pull the trigger on a purchase because, in all reality, like, I don't need another one. In front of me right now, I've got a legal pad, a composition book, the 5-minute journal. For those of you who don't know, it's a really, like, an incredibly insightful little activity. I'll throw a link in the description for it. And a small journal with, like, a photoreal cover on it. And none of these ones that I already have are full. Not even close. Maybe, if at all, like, the first, I don't know, less than 10 pages are used. But the one reason I tell myself I need another one is because the ones that I have are too plain. They're not unique enough, or they're so unique in the case of this photoreal cover thing that, people think it's goofy or laugh at me in public or something like that. But the reason I'm going to throw some air quotes here on the word actually, the reason I actually need a new one is because of the excuse. It's allowing me to kick the can down the road. I'm telling myself that I can't sit down and talk into the mic like I am right now until I finally have a place to organize my thoughts beforehand. But, it's clear to me. Like, right now, it's clear to me. And picking up this photo cover journal, and it does, I'll be the first to admit that it does look a little goofy. But my mom got it for me on vacation, like, I don't know, 9 years ago now? Well, it must be 9 years, because when I flip it open, I've got notes in here from 2008. And these notes are about doing the very thing that I'm doing right now. Some of them, like, for example, Search and Destroy Nuketown 607, Firing Range 1205, Team Deathmatch Havana 610. That's from Black Ops 1, Call of Duty Black Ops. That came out in 2008 or 2009. So maybe 8 years ago, these notes are from. And I was taking those notes because I wanted to do then what I am doing right now. They were supposed to be the inspiration, go back in theater mode now, to Search and Destroy on Nuketown at 6:07 in the game, probably, or maybe it was 6:07 p.m. or a.m. That's how I would know which gameplay it was. Go back to Firing Range, go back to Team Deathmatch on Havana at 6:10. Maybe it was 6 minutes and 10 seconds in length, probably the more likely. Because these games stood out to me, and I was like, that's good. That's the game that I would like to share with the world. And in the back of this book, I have talking points that I had written down. And the number one, the first thing of the list of discussion topics I have written here from 2008, 2009, taking school/life too seriously.
Hot blue.
And it's amazing to me. Think about what I could have built in the last 8 years. Think of the YouTube stars, the internet celebrities that have exploded in the last 8 years. 8 years ago, YouTube it wasn't mainstream like it is today, or even it's getting today. Machinima was the deal, There were the premier directors on Machinima, and it was just this up-and-coming thing, and I wanted to do it so bad and be up there with your Hutch and your Seananners, who at the time were the Call of Duty kingpins on there. And think of the people that have, come and gone in those years, like Woody's Gamertag. He still uploads, but not Call of Duty. He's well beyond Call of Duty. But it's just what I could have built in 8 years, but I never started. Back then, I didn't have a computer. I didn't have microphones, I didn't have a capture card. I kept telling myself that I would need these things in order to do this. All I had was theater mode, and I was telling myself that, if I just had a computer, if I just had a laptop, if I just had a microphone, if I just had a capture card, And here I am sitting in front of a roughly $2,000 computer setup with hundreds more in various equipment from microphones to the mixer to my monitors. And I'm telling myself, if I just had a journal. But I already do. I already have a journal. You know, I could have started 8 years ago when all these people that today are making millions started. Together, collectively, they built a multi-billion-dollar industry while I was sitting back, you know, on the sidelines watching, wishing, you know, it could be me out there, wishing I could be one of these creators. And the only thing stopping me was me. I just kept telling myself I needed something else. I need something more. I can't just not have all of the latest and greatest equipment. But here I am with everything I need, convincing myself that if I just had another thing, if I just had a journal, that's how lame my excuses are. If I just had a journal, I could organize my thoughts and I could finally start.
Holy fucking shit.
Well,
Dude.
I already have a journal.
They were up 3-0.
So here it is. It's all out on the table now. I started. This is it.
Damn,
What did you start today?
Shut up them stairs real nice.
I was just gonna keep firing. I wasn't gonna